So hello there guys, I wasn't here since long. This is because of some activities like placement and all that I was into. But again, lastly, by God's grace, I'm back here. So we are again starting a new journey of YouTube from here, and the first video that I'm targeting to make is how to create a good resume. So basically, I have been approached by a lot of juniors that our resumes are not getting shortlisted in off campus and probably sometimes even in on campus as well. So the worst part is that even having a good resume doesn't mean you'll get shortlisted. This is because the message that your resume should convey is not what is conveying right now. So I mean, even if you are at some giant at Code Forces or Code Chef, even though you are not getting opportunity to sit in OS, that's only because your resume is not that precise, not that concise, and that's why it's getting rejected by a lot of people who are going through it. So in this video, let's jump quickly into that. I'll be giving you all the concepts, all the tricks and tips that can make your resume look good, even precise, when it comes for shortlisting and going for on-campus, off-campus applications. So let's quickly jump into it. So before getting into mysteries on how to curate a magnificent resume, why shouldn't we first see what all majority population of world are right now doing? I mean, how they are designing their resume, just to get a little knowledge and a little sight on what the resume structure is and why we follow it. So this is it. I mean, this is Olivia, which is probably a business administration student. All the resume samples that you can see on left side, you can notice one thing is that all of them are literally divided into two sections, left and right. So basically, probably on right side, they are writing huge columns with long sentences. For example, you can see this resume. So there are a lot of sentences and all on right side with descriptions. And when you look through the left side, there is like little information. Here we are ready with our resume template on which we'll learn how to create a magnificent resume for ourselves. The section that matter on your screen consists of 5 to 6 sections that will be present in any and every resume that you will find. I mean, you can spot those sections in those resume once you get over with this video. These are the all 6 sections and they are all optional. So why I'm telling this is because, for example, you are an undergraduate student who is probably in second year. He might not be having any projects as of now. So rather than adding something in projects, you can just omit that section. So there is one suggestion: don't write any false information. If you don't have anything as of now, just let it be. It will be there in future. Going on with sections one by one, first section that we have is work experience / internships. So for people who have work experience, who are currently working in some IT firm or whatever, I mean, field you are working in, you have some experience, you will add it as work experience rather than internship. If you are a college student, you will add it as an internship. So in this section, we only need to take into consideration mostly 2 to 3 things. Basically, the role what you have worked for should be mentioned there, and the start and end date is a must so that employer can know that you have these many years in experience or whatever months. Going forward with the description wala part, so the most important thing regarding a description is that it should always be short as well as crisp. That means you don't need to write a 10 paragraph description in there, just like 2 lines that could describe ki yeah, this guy has worked a lot. And the most important thing you should consider adding there is statistical data. What I mean by that is, for example, if I was a UI UX designer in some firm, I would have written, if for example I made a dashboard page that increased the user engagement in the website, so I would have probably mentioned it that due to my consideration in the project, the user engagement arose to 20% or something like that. That will be a pitch about your profile, seems a little bit more genuine. Cool. Now this is the whole part about internships. Now no matter if you don't have any internships, I'll probably be making videos on how to get internships. I mean, if you even don't have, it is fine, you can just omit this section, but if you have, that is good. Now the second section that comes into consideration is section about projects. Whatever projects you made in your college life, like for example you made some database management projects or you made some coding or whatever stuff that you did in your college, and that should be relevant for the position you are applying. It shouldn't be like you are an engineering student and you are making some financial projects and all. That is not relevant. This is the stuff that you need to consider while making a project section. There is a must inclusion of a GitHub link. GitHub or wherever you are hosting your projects. For example, if you have a live website, you can host it on Netlify, because people need to see whatever you are working. It's not that you have just written the description and that is fine. No, that's not it. You'll have to, show people that, yeah, this is the project, this I have hosted here, it is working, it is live, it is having this much of audience and all. Even if audience is not there, that is fine, but your project must be live. One more thing to consider while adding projects is that you must mention the tools and techs you have used. For example, I have a full stack web development in Spring Boot. So I'll be mentioning all the stuff that I have used, starting from Spring Boot to MongoDB to Hibernate, Postgres, whatever tools, whatever technologies I have used, I'll be writing there. So that people would know ki, yeah, this guy is familiar with Hibernate, this guy is familiar with Java. Moreover, I'll soon be making videos on how to, create project, because people in engineering probably don't get enough time to create projects. Like you will have your curriculars and you will have your academics, then you will have your placement preparations, and in that you will have to add like 4 projects in your resume, and that is like kind of one of the impossible stuffs you need to do. So possibly there is a kind of a shortcut trick that you can have to manage academics as well as projects, that I'll tell in my next video. The next section that we have in consideration is skill sets. Basically, even if you don't have a long list of skills, that is also fine. Even if you are 2, 3, whatever you have, just note it there. And always remember, it should always be in descending order. That means the first comes the most known skill to you. For example, I know Java as well as Python, but in Python, I don't know that extent of knowledge as I have in Java. So I will be making Java a little bolder, a little upward than Python, so that people, while reading my resume from top to bottom, get Java first, then Python. This is kind of a psychology that you should follow. In skill sets also, you can have your, if you have like lots of skills from development as well as UI, UX designing, then database, AWS, system management and all those stuff, you can even make a subheadings like I made for myself. Like for development, I had these many skill sets, then for programming, tech, database, front-end, UI, UX, whatever. So you can, further subcategorize your skills to give it a better look. And for example, I have written React as beginner because I don't know React that much, so that when interviewer starts screwing me on React ka stuff, I can just say ki, dude, I have written beginner in that. So I'm not that much familiar with the knowledge, but yeah, you can move forward to Android. I know that a lot. Now we have our education column. So basically this is what you guys all know. The education again will be in descending order. Like if you are pursuing undergraduate degree, it should come first, then your class 12, then your class 10 and all. And it should never be in ascending order. In education, you will have to include your marks as well as GPA. For example, I know till second semester I had like around 8.5 GPA. So I'll be writing that there so that people know that this guy has this much of GPA as of now. So now this section of extracurriculars, this is kind of experimental section. Many people don't have it, many people have a lot of it, so you don't need to fill everything whatever you had. For example, I had a gold medal in science exhibition in my class 6, so I wouldn't be writing that here because it is not relevant to whatever I am applying. I am applying for a Java developer and I am adding that I was a blood donor. That's not chill. Add whatever is relevant to it. For example, I did a research paper in my second sem. It was on peer-to-peer networking using Android devices, so I can probably add it because that is relevant. If you are a coder on CodeChef or whatever, like you have some international ranks, you can probably put it there. It will be a lot useful, and you should always provide links. There is always a requirement of proof when you are adding something statistical. Like you said, I am kind of 113th rank in all over India in code forces. So for that, you will have to provide the link for relevancy. Plus, moreover, if you have done some outstanding certifications like from Palo Alto or like probably from AWS or something like that, you may put it there. Even if you have some clubs, like in my time I had Fortune Club in my college, so you can also put those stuffs there. That will be a bit beneficial because it gives you a little bit of more exposure towards your soft skills like team player and whatever discipline and all stuff. Last but not the least, we have our contact section. So this is a email that I can find in a lot of my juniors profile. These kinds of email like Rohit 1713 2001, Rohit 9031 la 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 la, something like that. So that is kind of shitty stuff. You shouldn't have your name with your birth date or your phone number or whatever in your email. It should be something kind of easy to read, easy to understand, and even if you have some tricks and tips, you can have a kind of amazing email ID. Like at my time, I had like write to prajwal@gmail.com. So these kinds of email are difficult to curate, but once you get it, this will be kind of a game changer for you. So I mean, that's not a lot of matter what email address does, but yeah, it adds a little more beautifulness to your profile. And always remember, while writing your phone number, always give a phone number that you have all the time with you. I mean, that's not like you have a Geo phone number and you gave it and after 2 months you have just not like recharging it or something like that. Don't do that. That will be kind of a very big blunder. And always give URL of your LinkedIn profiles and whatever blogs or something like that. If you have, that will be beneficial for you, because for example, if I am a interviewer, I'll like to know more about you. If I am interested in your profile by seeing this one piece of paper. So now at last we have some out of the book stuff in our resume. This 2 QR codes that I added was kind of a game changer for me in one of the tech giant company that I gave interview in. So the guy was amazed. So these kinds of innovations you can have it, that is out of book stuff that people will like. One more game changer point that you can have in your resume is a walkthrough of your project. Recently Heroku has laid down its free tier, so you cannot upload your apps and all to the free tier of Heroku. For that you'll have to buy servers. Instead of that, you can have a Loom video of the project that you are hosting in local systems. That will be kind of a game changer, because it is also a new concept in which like you will just go through your link and I mean, you can give a short description what your project is doing, in which I just gave a complete quick overview of my whole project, that what it is doing and how it is performing. It will help the employer to know that this project has these many tech skills and how it looks and feel and all. Like nobody goes through the codes, right? I mean, you can give the whole gist of your project using this video. So this was the whole video about how you can draft your resume. And while drafting my resume, it was a custom build, so I made it on Word. But there are a lot of softwares, like nowadays Canva is getting a lot of hype because it's like very easy to use. And there are like other softwares like Overleaf and all, in which you just go fill your details and you'll get a self-curated resume. But again, I'll suggest if you are innovative, then just go with Word. You can like create wonders using Word. So I have added those templates in my description, because I mean that was custom, so you won't be getting it anywhere. Moreover, if you want to check out my real resume, you can go to LinkedIn Probably, you'll get the link there. I will be making more such informational tech related videos in future, so kindly support the channel.